here for another episode on the Reddit Randos podcast. It is me, your host, Rebecca, and we're here tonight for a filled episode of what you might call Who Are Your Friends? Are they good? Are they good friends? Are they truly good friends out there? So we're going to go into some stories about friend groups. They might go in like different point of views of who are good friends. So you'll see different types of point of views on like who we think are good friends and bad friends and whose point of view from it do we see. So yeah, let's jump right into it. First story is from 4 years ago. It is from the subreddit Am I the A-hole? And it is titled, Am I the A-hole for turning around in my car when I saw that my boyfriend brought his friends with him to go on a trip with us? So this starts as, I, female 30, am dating my boyfriend, Smith, male 39, for 8 months. We have been planning to go on a road trip, but it couldn't happen because he kept on insisting that we let his 2 friends tag along. He brought it up again and promised that he won't ask me to let him bring his friends with him since 1, I'm the one paying for the expenses, and 2, it's my car. 3, I always wanted to go alone for once without having his friends tag along. And 4, I don't want to pay for his friends, which kind of goes with 1 again. We agreed that I'd come pick him up in the morning so we could go. I came in my car and entered his neighborhood. However, when I saw him standing outside with his bag and his 2 friends were also standing there with their bags, I was shocked and furious. I didn't pull over. I just turned around and kept driving and went back home. I saw him running after me in the rearview mirror. He then stopped and started calling me, and I did not respond till I got home. He lashed out on me on the phone, asking why the heck I turned around and left. I told him why I told him why and how I didn't appreciate how he basically tried to force me to take his friends with us after I had said no already. He called me awful he called me awful and that I ruined the entire thing for us and acted immaturely and spitefully. He said I could have just accepted it how it is, but I told him that I would never have accepted being put in a situation where I'm expected to just suck it up. He hung up after yelling at me for a few minutes. I called back but got no response. He texted about how embarrassed he was in front of his friends and is refusing to speak to me until I apologize. Am I the a-hole for turning around in my car and going home? Did I make the right call? I mean, I'd say, yeah, you made the right call. Okay, let's see. She's 30. He's 39. He's an almost 40-year-old man who's been dating for almost a year, at least over half a year. You're at that age where you're like, don't you just want to... I don't know why he's so insistent about bringing his friends with him. Like, wouldn't you want to go on a group? Wouldn't you want to just go on a trip with your girl? Like, hey, I got my girlfriend here. It's just gonna be the 2 of us. We're gonna go on this fun trip. I don't know, have some fun with it, get all dressed and dolled up, get some sexy lingerie. Like, I don't know, wouldn't you want it to be just you and your girl, have that really fun time, intimate time together? Why does he want his friends to be with him? That, I get having a girl's trip and a guy's trip, but do not involve your spouse or partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, when it's supposed to be mainly like a guys and girls trip. And in this case, when it's just a couple trip between you and your spouse or partner, do not involve your friends. unless your partner is completely okay with it. But if she already said no, I mean, you gotta respect that. For the audacity for him to still bring his friends on there for them to be included in the trip after she said no, and he agreed, said he wouldn't ask again, and still had them come. I don't blame her for just driving by. I would have done the same thing. And yeah, I just really hope she does not stay with this guy, because obviously he does not respect your decisions or choices when you guys talk on it. Like you said, I want this trip to be just about us. I mean, that sounds very reasonable. Make another trip then up for your guys. I honestly think because she's paying for the whole expenses, I'm wondering if he's just trying to take advantage of it, which that would really suck. That would break my heart knowing I dated this guy for 8 months and that's what he was trying to do. So let's go into some comments about this story. So, top comment. Top comment is NTA, so not the a-hole. Take it as a sign and move on, girl. So, edited to add, it reminds me of the woman who turned around at the airport when she saw her mother-in-law standing there. It is basically the same situation, just with boyfriend's friends. Don't give in, OP, and find someone who wants to spend time with you and respects you. Yeah, I do remember that story that mother-in-law wanted to go on a trip with the family, and the wife had told, at least I think it was the wife and the husband, it was the obviously husband's mom, and he says, oh, don't worry, she won't come, and they literally went there to the airport and mother-in-law was there, and that all went to shambles. You all, if you guys remember that story, I remember I told probably months ago, it did not end up well. So yeah, that story was crazy. Yeah, someone else says, all this, I also can't help but wonder why OP's boyfriend is so fixated on bringing his buddies, and why he's so determined to not spend any alone time with his girlfriend. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Okay. Someone said probably because he wants to take a road trip with his buddies, but can't either afford it or doesn't want to shell out the money it would cost. OP's presence isn't necessary in his mind, just her resources, which is so bad. Thinking that this whole time you've been dating this person, he's only been thinking of, I'm not gonna have to spend a dime on this person because she makes more than me or she's paying for things. That's just terrible. He's a almost 40-year-old man, but I gotta remember, guys, that I keep thinking at this point you should be mature enough, there should be a point, even for men, that there should be a mature point for them that they should be better. And I want to say that should be happening, but it doesn't. I've read so many stories of every single age of men out there, even women, and there's just a point where it doesn't happen. So, okay, someone else had said, possible scenario, good looking guy, but broke, possibly homeless, dating a woman with money. Yep, he's a whack job that is trying to get a free road trip with his 2 other useless jobless friends. Not a good scenario, and makes you wonder how they possibly met. Someone had probably said, those men are called hobosexuals. My friend is in the process of breaking up with one. LOL. Even though she's not unattractive. Oh my word. Okay. Yeah, someone literally said, I feel like this guy is an almost 40-year-old bro that doesn't have his crap together. Which is exactly what I'm saying. Like, you would think at this age, he should be able to figure out what he wants in life and everything. But this is literally, I feel like he still just wants to he's living a bachelor life. He doesn't want to have a woman tie him down. He literally just had this girl to pay for his things. Just is crazy. That is it for that story. There is no update. This is from 4 years ago. So, yeah, nothing after this. Let's go to the next one. So the next story I have is from a subreddit called Girl Dinner's Diaries or Girl Dinner Diaries. And it's a one that I recently kind of came across in the last few months. But it's actually pretty funny because it's just these girls. They'll literally post whatever they're having for dinner. And then they'll just spill their guts on something that's been bothering them or something that's been on their mind. So this kind of just goes over whatever topic or subject. It literally goes over anything. Obviously, since I already told you the theme of this episode, you're gonna kind of get obviously what this is. But it just, obviously this title alone just makes you sad. So the title, this is from 2 months ago, and the title is "They Made a Separate Group Chat Without Me." Now, if all of you've been there, where you've been in a group chat, whether it's family or friends, it's horrible sometimes when you hear about family, but everyone's heard something about with family or friends, and you're in a group chat, and then you find out that there's a separate group chat without you in it. Like, what? Obviously, the main thing that comes to you is, why did they make a separate one, and what are they talking about without me? Like, what are they talking behind my back? So we'll find out in this story, but like I said, this happened 2 months ago, and this happened a few weeks ago, and I've been ruminating. Long story short, my friend let it slip that there's a separate group chat and had an "oh crap" look on her face when I clarified it. I wasn't supposed to find out. Frozen Walmart taquitos seasoned with tears. So that was the picture that she had for the girl dinner, is a plate of 4 taquitos. Yeah, I love taquitos. I love them so much. They're so good. Okay, I only see one person in my friend group on a regular basis. This friend and I live in the same town. I don't have a car, and most of our friends live in the next town over. So they all see each other often, but I usually can't come because I don't have a car to drive myself there. I don't mind at all. People are allowed to hang out even if not everyone can make it. One time, she was telling me about a funny meme someone sent in a group chat. Or sent in the group chat. I hadn't checked my phone that day, so I said I'd look at it later. I couldn't find one that was exactly the same, but one that was similar, so I thought she was just misremembered the details of the joke. I didn't think anything of it. Then another time, she mentioned something about dinner plans everyone made. I said, I don't remember seeing any messages about it. And she said, oh, weird. Maybe we talked about it in person when you weren't there and we forgot to send the details in the group chat. But she sounded like she kind of made up a lie up on the spot. She did end up telling me the plans. I was included, and I got no obvious weird vibes from anyone during dinner. The time I finally figured it out was a birthday party. I had already bought a gift for the birthday girl, and I figured I'd give it to her the next time I was in her town. I texted her happy birthday, and I didn't get a response. I assumed she was spending time with her boyfriend and family, so I didn't mind that she didn't answer. But later that night, I saw Instagram stories and posts. It looked like a really fun party. Tons of food, balloons, yard games, a cake with a funny inside joke with our friend group. Everyone was there in the pictures, even boyfriends and friends of friends. I was the only one not included. I brought this up to my friend the next time I saw her and said, I was wondering why. And she said, oh, okay. So the next time that she saw her, she brought it up. And the friend said, I was wondering why you didn't come. It sounded like she was genuinely confused. I said that I didn't even know about it and nobody said anything. She said, yes, we did. We've been planning it for a whole month in the group chat, and pulled it up to show me. Homegirl realized her mistake. Goodness, okay. She got the group chats mixed up. They were similar titles and emojis. Example, and they have like heart, star, bad bitches club, star, heart versus heart, heart, bad bitches, heart, heart. So obviously one's a little bit different from the other. I have no idea which one she was in, but makes me think the club one is the group chat that she's not in, and the other ones because it's, I don't know. That's what I think. That's what I'm kind of going towards more. But anyways, it goes on to say, I said, so there's a separate group chat. And she kind of stammered and said, it's because sometimes I can't hang out because I can't drive there myself to meet them. So they made a separate one so I don't feel bad and like I'm missing out. Even though she could drive me. We live 5 minutes away from each other. It's pretty much crickets in the group chat I'm in, unless I say something first. Even then, I might only get 1 or 2 responses or a heart reaction to my message. They've been strategically planning what I'm included in and what I'm not. Like they're slowly phasing me out until I just quit trying. Okay. I kind of get the situation of like, oh, they don't want her to feel bad. But I don't know. If it depends. If she's like responding to things all the time, like, oh, I really wish I could come, but I really can't. Like, I don't know. I'd still include them all the time. And if anything, I'd really try and be like, hey, I don't know, if this person's 5 minutes away, why can't she pick her up? If they're a town over, what's so wrong if they like meet where she lives? And for one point, like there's got to be something in her town where they'd be like, hey, can we all pick you up and go to this thing around your town? I was gonna say, like, I didn't have a car all the time growing up. We only had like one friend at the time when we all had our driver's license, was able to drive, and she drove us everywhere. And then when we finally all each other had cars, we would drive each other. So we'd all help each other out with that. So I don't know why this friend group. And it does say, no, it doesn't say what their ages are. I'm wondering, I don't know how old these girls are, but even me at 16 with my other girlfriends, we would still plan each other out when we could ride with each other. And if not then, like I'm saying, this is when we were 16, we would get our parents involved saying, hey, we'll pick you up so you don't have to spend too much money. We could do this stuff. Or we would walk if it was close. That was in town. If you're in the next town over, I don't see why they couldn't catch a ride. And like literally, if you're always riding with this person, say, hey, could you, pick me up over here? I'm 5 minutes away from you. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right about this group. I just feel like, I don't know. Either she said something that's like kind of put them all on edge, or they just really don't want to have to deal with her. I don't know. I feel bad for OP though, because it's like, I don't think she's someone causing trouble. I think she's just someone that doesn't have the car. And of course she's the one that kind of has to miss out. So, top comment was, yep, so what you do with that information is up to you. But for now, it should be to distance yourself from them. And someone else had said, yes, absolutely. I didn't bring it up to anyone else, and I stopped speaking in the group chat altogether. There have been no messages for weeks. Oh my goodness. So this is not, I was going to say, no, everyone's been through something like this, I feel like. Or at least not everyone, but a lot of people have. And I can't remember if I have or not. It's not a great feeling. I probably have pushed it out. I like to push out a lot of things back in the day where they probably should have hurt. Like, I should have been like realized more things. I'm someone that kind of like just goes over it. I'm a little gullible. That's how I was growing up. I was very naive and gullible on things. And I kind of just let things go without realizing how much more it probably should have affected me. But you know what? That's fine. Take it as it is. I feel like I'm a good person now that I'm very thoughtful and give a lot of people second chances. But I am now a little bit more of a spine now that my husband kind of has helped me in that area. So, OP did reply to one of them saying, I'm not sure if I'm in Zen mode or spite mode right now, lol. I'm acting calm and not replying to them. But since I left the group chat, my phone has been flooded with text and they get increasingly angrier by the message because I'm not responding. It started with me trying to calm and be calm and mature. And honestly, but they'd be so pissed if they realized I'm getting more amusement out of this than they are. And someone did respond saying, we want to know the messages. How are they possibly getting angry? It's inconceivable. And OP responded saying, to sum it up, they spiraled into saying I was being a petty bitch by ignoring them. Awful rich of them. Okay, we do have an update from this. So it does say, the title was, they made a separate group chat without me, the sequel. So it starts with frozen taquitos again in a bowl this time. I got an overwhelmingly amount of support in my last post, plus a sobering reality check. It was a slap in the face that I didn't know I needed. I decided to leave the group chat without a word, and my phone was immediately flooding with messages. 2 different people saying some variation of, girl, what happened? Sad faces. And one person asked, did you have a falling out with group leader's name, in quotations? The texts were so performative and obviously playing dumb. They knew exactly what was going on. I wasn't answering anyone because between the text and trying to respond to everyone in my last post, I was overwhelmed. Then I got a text from one woman who I would consider my real friend. It was a screenshot of the other chat that was not included in the group leader was saying, thank God she's gone. I thought she was never going to leave. Compared to me, she compared her, the OP, to a parasite, even though I never asked her for anything. In another screenshot, she said that she knew I was a fake bitch when I stole a client from her in November. For context, we work in a nightlife entertainment industry that's heavily based on sales. I'm sure you can figure out what our job is. Okay, give that to you guys to think about. She and I had a client one night who dropped a lot of money on both of us, and we both got his number and started a group chat. We tried really hard to get him to come back, but he never texted back. She even asked me one day if he'd been answering me. He hadn't. He was young, probably regretted the amount of money he spent, and it was a one-time thing. The whole time, she thought I pulled him away from her and was getting all this money without her. Bro, that night we made all that money was the last night I ever worked in that place. It was my last huzzah, and I've been working from home ever since. So, now it makes perfect sense. Everyone was right about there being a ringleader who started this, based on a lie, and everyone else just kind of went along with it. Good riddance. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta even say, the friend who you considered a good friend or a real friend sending these screenshots to you, she's still in this group chat without you, knowing you're not in it. How is this a good friend? I would tell them, hey, they created this group chat without you, and I'll keep you updated on all of it if you want me to, or how do you want to deal with this? Because it's I don't think with a group of friends like this, if I was this friend, not OP, but if I was this friend who's sending her screenshots, how are you not thinking this whole time as you're sending screenshots, thinking, oh, I know this information because I'm in this group chat and not you. And I've been in it this whole time. And now that she's saying something bad, the ringleader, I'm going to send them to you and be a good friend. That's not being a good friend. That's being oh my gosh, this whole time I kind of thought we were doing things to make it easier on you. I don't know. I don't know how long this group chat's been going on. I definitely would be like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this. Why can't we say this all in the other group chat? But this just tells you who your friends are. And even that real good friend, she's got some explaining to do. She's got some explaining. I don't understand her reasoning for her being in it and still not like, still thinking not anything wrong with it. So a top comment from this post was, forget those girls. Nobody has time or space to put up with those mean girls who can't be bold enough to clear the air or confront an issue. If there was a problem, then the ringleader should have come to you directly a while ago, but instead was childish. It may hurt today, but will feel like a good thing letting them go tomorrow. I agree. Anybody who has groupthink and didn't continue to befriend you without all the facts is not someone you want to be friends with. This confirms the group chat was never about your transportation. It was about jealousy and a misunderstanding that could have been cleared up with a 20-minute conversation. I agree. She talked about you to the others and they chose to side without the facts. Yuck. As for the friend who sent the screenshots, I want to see what this person says. As for the friend who sent the screenshots, I'd be careful what you share with her because she may be a bone carrier who tells them things to keep it going. On one hand, it was good she sent you a screenshot from the other group chat so that you would know what's up. But at the same time, what did she say to defend you? I personally would have expected my friends to ride for me and check Mrs. Wannabe Regina George. I mean, OP responded to that saying, yes, I'm definitely going to be cautious with her. I just responded with a very neutral, I see. I want to see if OP responds to any more of these. Someone did say, why did the group leader feel so comfortable talking about you like that to your friend? She either agrees with them or never defends you. So I think you should cut all of them out of your life. When someone shows you who they are, believe them and move accordingly. And OP responds, I assumed it's because she doesn't defend me, or maybe she's using it as a topic to stay connected to both of us. I don't know. Oh, that's just terrible. Like I do see that where you're like trying to be a friend to the person who's being kind of pushed out, but then you're still not wanting to leave the other group. So you're kind of like bringing the drama. You're bringing gossip back to each other. That's not a true friend. That's not a true friend at all. Someone's like, glad you got the closure you needed. And OP said, me too. I spent the past few weeks feeling hurt and sorry for myself, but now I'm just angry, and it kind of feels good. I always purge negative emotions quickly when I let myself get angry. You know what, OP? I'm glad you have put out there that you're getting rid of all of it, and you are keeping that one good friend. You're being cautious with her. I would be cautious and stay cautious with her for a little bit, because whatever you give her, personally, like personal information or anything about what you feel about, there is a very high chance you will bring that to that group chat because she is still a part of that. And I don't think she wants to not be a part of it. And who knows, if they find out that this friend has been hanging out with you, they might be pushing her for answers, or just for like I don't know, at least that ringleader, because she's jealous. And, I have a feeling, I know she, said, oh, I'm glad she, good riddance on her. I'm glad she's gone. I thought she'd never leave. I honestly think she is still going to be obsessed with knowing what's going on in your life because she's been jealous. So watch out for that. Okay, let's go to the next one then. This next one is from 1 year ago. It is from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole? It is titled, Am I the A-hole for refusing to reimburse my friend for a chair that broke under me? So it starts as, I, female 25, was at a friend's house for a game night this past weekend with a group of about 6. Everyone brought food and drinks, and we were having a good time. When about halfway through the night, I got up to use the bathroom. When I came back, I saw that one of the girls had moved from a chair to the other side to my space on the couch. This didn't bug me as people shuffle around in groups, so whatever. The chair was an antique wooden chair that sat a bit lower to the ground with an added back butt cushion. When I sat down, it immediately broke, sending me to the ground with the seat under me and the arm frames falling to the side. I don't think, it doesn't matter who it is, but I think anyone who's had this like happen to them, like fall and a chair breaks under them, that's, first of all, that's a shock that all of a sudden you thought you were going to sit comfortably on something and it gives out under you, and that probably hurt falling down and on those broken pieces. And then that's just never a good feeling. I definitely have fallen back from a chair before too, when I sat too hard. Like, I fell down in it basically, and I fell back all the way, and that really hurt and it was in front of everyone. At least it was my family, so that we just all laughed, but my gosh. Okay, so it goes on to say, everybody got quiet for a second before jumping up to help me. I wasn't hurt, just very embarrassed. Totally get that, girl. For context, I'm a bigger girl, about 260 pounds at 5'7". My friend, female 27, was very gracious and nice about it when it happened, accepting my apologies and telling me not to worry. Her boyfriend, male 29, said that the chair was his grandmother's and it had fallen apart before, and he was able to repair it. I was ushered back to the couch and game night continued. Great. Fast forward to the next morning, I received a text from my friend who let me know that the chair couldn't be put back together, and that from her research, it would cost about $250 to get a new one. But she let me know exactly how much when she found one. I was a bit taken aback and responded confused, asking why I would be expected to pay for a faulty chair. She said that while yes, on occasion the frames would become unattached and cause it to fall apart, the way that they wrote this, cause it to fall apart, but that's not what happened this time. She sent me pictures of the broken chair, particularly a bent support and 2 other broken supports. She said that the chair broke under my weight and couldn't be fixed, and since the chair was an antique from her boyfriend's late grandmother's, she wanted a new one for him. Okay, but a $250 one exactly like the grandmother's, at that point, it's no longer an antique, so why do you want a new one of it? I responded that the chair was very old and had a history of collapsing, and she was told that if they were concerned about preserving it, they should have not had it out for people to use. I agreed with that. And $250 plus for a chair I sat in for 1 second seems a bit ridiculous. Okay, if a chair broke under my thing, and even if I was using, didn't think it was going to break, and it was an antique, and all of a sudden it did break, I wouldn't be expecting them to. It was an accident. It's not like they purposely broke it. If they purposely were breaking the chair, then yeah, I probably would be like, yeah, no, you need to buy me a new one. But if this was a pure accident on her end, she was just finding a spot she could sit in. She was a guest there. That just seems so out of whack right there. That just seems weird that the friend is asking for the money. Yeah, that's just weird. Okay, so it goes on to say that let me fast forward to the next morning. Okay, yeah. She wanted okay. 1 second seems a bit ridiculous. At this point, she seemingly got frustrated and said that she loves me, but that I'm her biggest friend. Oh, that's in quotes. Biggest friend. And that it wouldn't have happened to anyone else. Ooh. She said, in quotations, it broke from your weight plopping down all at once, not because the frames was loose. I think it's only fair you reimburse us for the chair since you're responsible for breaking it. Ouch, man. this girl is so mean. Like, I don't care if it was from someone's weight or not. You couldn't have, like, offered another chair that you knew that was going to fit everyone. So that's on the guest. That's on the host that, you know, like I said, she wasn't sitting down on purpose. She just, like, someone did take her spot, and she went to go sit in that spot that someone else had. So, yeah, no, it's not your responsibility. That's the friend that's just pulling stuff out of her butt. It's just weird. Alright, I'm still figuring out how to respond. I don't want to pay her for something I don't see as being completely my fault. I also think she's using the scenario to shame me about my weight a bit, which I find frustrating. My friends' opinions are mixed. Oh, man, sometimes I hate these posts when they're friends. Like, they all be like, oh, my friends' opinions are mixed, or our friends' opinions. And I'm like, come on. So let's see what they say. A few are saying that I should just pay her and move on. But $250, that's a little chunk of change. Especially if you're not, like, you know, popping out money everywhere, like, super easily. Yeah, that's a bit of a change right there. I would definitely hesitate to pay anyone that much on something that I know I'm not 100% or even, like, yeah, basically 100% not at fault of doing. Okay, so they're saying to pay her and move on, even if it's not exactly my fault. Yeah, those are the people pleasers right there. One thinks it is my fault and I should pay for it. So one person thinks that. You know that person is probably really good friends with the one girl that hosted the party. Yeah, and a few more think she's in the wrong for asking and I should continue to politely decline. So, okay, I would definitely side with more of those friends. I would say the few more that think she's wrong, stay with them. And just say, yeah, I think you're right. I will. So in the end it says, am I the a-hole for refusing to pay? No, I don't think you are. I don't think you're an a-hole at all for refusing to pay. This seems really fishy. That all of a sudden she tells you, oh, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's an old chair that, you know, wasn't anything useful to us anyways. We'll get it repaired. And then they find out they can't repair it because the way it was broken, bent in a way that probably couldn't get repaired. Well, so what? Time to get a new chair. And do not blame. It doesn't matter if it was OP's fault or not. It was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. And move on and get another chair. That's how it goes. That's just the way of life. You can't get repaid for everything that happens to you. You know, even if it wasn't the other person's fault that did it, but they caused it. I'm sorry. Life happens. You host parties. There's going to be some damages done to your house that's on accident. That just happens. Someone accidentally knocks over, you know, literally on accident knocks over maybe a frame and it breaks or a vase. And, you know, it wasn't like a super, you know, it wasn't a super one, a good one that, you know, you had memories with, but it was still a nice vase. And, you know, even then, it's like this, in this case, this is an old antique chair of a grandmother's that they could care less about unless they purposely were thinking of her sitting on it. I don't know. I know she's saying that they're kind of shaming me for my weight. Yeah, as her biggest friend, you don't even have to put that down. She knows she's big. Okay, OP knows she's big. She doesn't need to hear it again. You know she's big. You are literally now, shaming her for her weight. Because you're saying, because you're fat, you should be responsible for breaking my chair. She didn't do it on purpose. It was the only place to sit. So she sat it. She sat on it. And it broke. Well, I'm sorry. She said her apologies. You brushed on saying, oh, you know what, we'll repair it, and we moved on. If it was that important, like OP said, you wouldn't have it out. I agree. You wouldn't have it out. You only have certain chairs out that you know that's going to be comfortable for everyone. So, bad host on that person. Let's go to some comments. So the top comment says, the person who moved from the chair to the couch broke it. You were the fall guy, literally. Do not pay. These people are using you to replace the chair that was already broken. I was just going to say, it sounds fishy. It sounds fishy how everything was played out. They didn't want you to worry about it that night until the next morning. Bam, they just threw it in your face saying, oh, actually, we do want it replaced and it wasn't going to work with us repairing it. So you owe us $250. Like, they couldn't say that to your face. They didn't want, somehow they planned all this. I don't know. It just sounds fishy. I'm not saying it was planned. It just sounds fishy. So someone underneath that said, if a chair has a history of breaking, it's unsafe to have guests unknowingly sit on it, which I completely agree. If it's a chair that does this constantly, that would be the one chair I wouldn't want around guests at my place if I was hosting. If it was like around my just inner circle family and they knew just to be careful around it, fine, because it's like, we want to be careful with the chair and everything because it is part of like our family culture or our ancestry and everything. But this is a chair that we don't really sit on. In that case, then put it in another room that's like more decoration. Do not have it around for a get together with friends. So what if it breaks the way it usually does and the person sitting on it is injured? That's what I was thinking. She said bad host, not the a-hole. That's what I was thinking. When you have a chair break underneath you, it doesn't feel good. It knocks the wind out of you kind of because all of a sudden you're getting knocked out like by a chair and you're falling. And depending on the pieces of it, it probably does not feel good to like put all that weight on there. Whether you're big or little, it doesn't matter. It doesn't feel good. So you're lucky OP didn't get hurt and she didn't need to go get like her injuries taken care of. And that would have been on you, on the host, for knowing that the chair is a faulty one. So another comment underneath that says, they keep going under, let's see. Okay. So they deliberately put out a faulty chair in a crowd with a bigger person. Some people would sue for the potential harm. It's almost like they were wanting someone to get hurt or to break the chair. What if it was already denty beyond repair and waiting for its final assassination? And then someone says, yep, if I were OP, I would respond. I'm having really intense pain in my back, neck, and spine. I'm going to go to the ER to see what what was injured due to the fall. I'll let you know what the ER bill is, and if it's less than $250, I'll give you the difference, but if it's more than $250, you're going to reimburse me for the rest, right? I'm sure the other girl will know the bill will be way more than $250, so it will be fun to see how she talks her way out of that. Legally, she's liable as it's at her house and she knowingly let a guest use a chair that's prone to breaking. See, this is what I'm thinking. I'm not saying this in any bad way, but because that's just how it is. And I actually know I'm a bigger girl now. I used to be that really skinny girl in high school. And then as I got married, have kids, I definitely gained my pounds and I am now stick to thick. That's what I like to say. I went from stick to thick. And I definitely could be like with other group of girls that I became friends with. I was kind of known as, I was that bigger, chubby girl. Or, I mean, definitely bigger in a lot of areas. We'll just say that. And yeah, as like the fat friend or whatever, like in that case and everything, they're thinking they can talk to you in ways. I'm not saying that, like, I was an adult by the time I was bigger, so I definitely wasn't letting people telling me like what to do, but I am a people pleaser. So in this case, I would say whoever this group of girls have been for a while, I'm guessing she's been big for a little bit, and she is known as someone to just do what this person wants her to do. You know, kind of manipulating in a way. And I'm wondering if this is just another tactic to do it, saying, oh, you know what? She's so easygoing. She doesn't want to have any, like, confrontation or anything. She'll definitely she'll definitely fall for this and pay up right away. I'm hoping that's not the case, because this girl, I mean, OP does not think she needs to pay for it. So I hope she sticks to her guns and doesn't, because I definitely think, like, and the ones that are saying, oh, maybe you should just pay up even though it's probably not your fault. No, go suck on an egg. Sorry. I think you guys all need to grow up and know that if something's not right, you need to get it out there, and you guys need to confront each other and be like, hey, I don't agree with this. So agree to disagree, but I'm not paying for this because I don't think it's my fault. You told me it breaks a lot. So think about it then. And I don't think she should fake her injury and everything. You could just tell her, hey, you're lucky I didn't get hurt from this, because this you already knew was possibly going to happen to someone one night, So I don't know. They need to talk it out and just say, I don't agree and I'm not going to do it. And just do it in the most polite way either. You can be stern and still be polite in the same conversation. You can be polite and stern. That's how it goes. You put your foot down. That's what you do. You say, hey, no disrespect, but I don't think you're right. And you kind of just explain your way. And you're just going to end up with the conclusion saying, I don't think I need to pay for these reasons. And that's that. On to the next story. The next story we have is from an Am I Overreacting subreddit. This is actually from 2 days ago. It's pretty recent. And it is titled, Am I Overreacting for my reaction to these texts my friend sent about my girlfriend that I see as disrespectful? And we have a thing of text, or we have a little explanation, but we have a bunch of we have a couple screenshots. So we're going to talk about that. But yeah, so it starts off with, so I'm 19 male, and my friend is 18 male, and my girlfriend is 18 female. This is a friend who I'm decently close with. We're not like best of buds, but I'll invite him along to things and everything. But the thing about him is okay, he is an objectively attractive guy, but he likes to make comments about this all the time. And I don't know, maybe I was over aggressive in these texts, but I feel like it's crossing a line to make a joke about my relationship. Also, my girl has been a victim of SA, and when she reported it, everyone said she was lying and called her a slut. So I hate that he's making these types of comments, and something that's still sensitive. And I saw her behavior at the party, and it was not even flirty, and I trust her a lot. So now that you kind of hear what's going on, let's see what these texts are. So the first screenshot is from the friend. So remember, OP's 19, his friend's 18, and then girlfriend's 18. But his friend says, not gonna lie, your girl's for the streets. Who starts with that conversation about your girlfriend? That's ridiculous. Okay, anyways, not gonna lie, your girl's for the streets. OP says, the F? What's that supposed to mean, and why are you texting me this? The friend goes, at the party, she was smiling at me and laughing and crap. Okay, right there. So that automatically means she's flirting with me. This is what I already got a problem with this. I hate this because this happens to so many guys and girls that just because you're laughing and smiling and you are getting engaged in the conversation. You might be just a natural, bubbly, and outgoing person that likes to smile and laugh and talk a lot. And I don't know. That's who I am. And I did get mistaken a lot of times for flirting. They thought I was a big flirt. My family thought I was a big flirt. It's just because I'm a bubbly person. And maybe a lot of people think that's attractive, so they think I was flirting with them. But no, that is literally just who I am. I will laugh and smile and giggle to all your stuff and be engaged in your story. I will literally look in your eyes and make sure that you know that I'm paying attention to you. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that. They taught us be engaged, be respectful, being, I don't know. So what's wrong with smiling and laughing at that? So that's where I'm already like, okay, so just because a girl is actually laughing and smiling at you while you're talking, you think she likes you and is flirting with you? So he goes, at the party, she was smiling at me and laughing and crap. I think she likes me, not gonna lie. See? Look at that. I think she likes me. Ugh. So OP responds to that saying, maybe because she's a nice person. Like that. Good job, OP. See, he already knows. And the friend goes, nah, she was flirting. OP says, I don't think she was flirting. I think you just think everyone wants you. There. Liking this response. The friend goes, nah, shut up, man. Maybe it's because everyone does want me. Oh my gosh, get over yourself. Okay, yeah, I totally, I don't know why you're friends with this dude. This dude is so obsessed with himself. He's a narcissist. Narcissist. There you go. Seriously, he's obsessed with himself. He thinks anyone that looks this way probably is in love with him. Okay, so not gonna, what is it? That's because everyone wants me. He's like, including your girl, apparently. Don't be jealous. It ain't my fault. Oh my gosh. OP responds, all right, bro. Just F off, honestly. And the friend goes, I'm just joking with you. You need to chill the F out. See, no. You don't say that kind of stuff and then say that you're joking. That is not a joke. That is quite a lot coming from you, that this is another side. I don't know, maybe this is just more of a side that's coming out now that they've always known about you, but they've kind of just tolerated. So OP's friend goes, I'm just joking with you. You need to chill the F out. No wonder your girl don't like you. This dude has problems. OP goes, F you. And then friend goes, me and her are laughing at these texts right now. Oh my gosh. And he goes, and OP goes, effing liar. She's with me right now. And then the friend goes, it's a joke, bro. Dang, I can't imagine being this insecure in my relationship. Like, what the actual F is going on here? What the actual frick is going on with this friend? This friend is so just awful. He wants your girl so bad. He wants your girl. He is trying to mess things up in your head right now. And then to come out and lie, say, like, we're laughing at these texts right now. What are you talking about? She's with me. What are you talking about? And then he's like, it's a joke. It's a joke. You can't make everything a joke after you go back on it. Like, that's ridiculous. I hate it when I see things like this, where they do a terrible thing or they say a terrible thing, and then they go back after you feel all offended and say, it was just a joke. What are you talking about? It's just a joke. Like, nah, man, that is not a joke. That's just you literally letting out some truth there that you really want this girl, I think. I don't know. So yeah, that's where he's like, am I overreacting at seeing these texts about my girlfriend that I see as disrespectful? No, your reaction is completely valid. I think you should dump this guy. Do not be his friend. He does not care about you at all. He literally sent you those texts to rile you up, to get in your head. And then he had the audacity to be like, I think she likes me. She's been smiling and laughing at me. And everyone does want me because I'm a big bro jock and, everyone thinks I'm cool. I don't know. Sorry. I'm not saying anything towards jocks. There are some good jocks out there. I'm just thinking of like the early 2000 movies. All about that and everything. Okay. Let's go to the next one. We actually are going to go to our last one here. Oh. Yeah. We're going to go to our last one here. Our last one is from 3 months ago, and it is from the subreddit Am I the A-Hole? And this one's titled, Am I the A-hole for humiliating, in quotes, humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Ooh, this sounds juicy. Okay. Am I the a-hole for humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Yikes. Okay. Posting from my inactive account because I have some friends lurking on my main one. I, 22 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 24 male, around 8 months ago. We decided to mutually call it quits and parted in pretty good terms, which is good because we just so happened to share a friend group. After a rough patch, I decided to start taking a bit more care of myself, eating better, going to the gym, going to therapy. The shift was pretty evident, both in my attitude and the way I look. My friends said I looked much happier and healthier, and I began gaining confidence little by little. Now, I am a huge nerd. I play D&D weekly, I have thousands of hours in Stellaris, and most relevant to the story, I like to cosplay as a hobby. Most of my old cosplay involved characters that don't show their face or body too much. I think some examples are Hornet from Hollow Knight, Mono, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounce these, Mono or Mono from the Little Nightmares, etc. But since I'd been feeling more confident, I decided that for the big con in my city, I'd like to try something different. A friend convinced me of going as Viper and Chamber from Valorant. So for the past 6 months, we've been pouring the most of our free time into the cosplays. 3 weeks ago, I sent a picture of me wearing the cosplay to the group chat asking for feedback for the final details. My ex immediately DM'd me asking me to please not wear that cosplay to the con because it might make his new girlfriend uncomfortable. I asked what about it would make her uncomfortable, but he refused to elaborate. Okay, first of all, that's weird that he immediately DM'd you as soon as you sent that and asked you not to wear it. That is such a quick response. So obviously you saw that's from your ex-girl and was like, oh, no, that's not going to happen. I'd be like, if this was 8 months ago, why does it matter? You got a new boo. Forget about it. Whatever. I knew he was dating someone new, but I didn't know she was coming with us to the con. I tried to explain to him that this was the work of months and I couldn't just throw it all away just because a girl I'd never met felt uncomfortable about it. You're right. So don't worry about it because it's not your problem. That's her problem. She has to go over those insecurities. She can do all the trash talking later, but honestly, it's like you didn't do anything wrong. In the end, I wore it to the con, and it was a huge success. I tried to keep my distance from the larger chunk of our group because my ex and his new girl were with them. But we did spend a good part of the day with them. Throughout the whole thing, the new girl kept making snide comments at me and laughing whenever I got asked to pose for pictures. Everyone looked uncomfortable, but nobody said anything. And that there, someone needs... Okay, this is... First of all, I don't even know if this new girlfriend, has been, involved with the group of friends yet. So if this is her first time meeting them or meeting the big, majority of them, that is so embarrassing for you to be so outright to just say these rude comments on one of the friends in the friend group. Doesn't matter if it's his ex-girlfriend. It's still one of the friends in the friend group. And you think you are so brave into saying these rude comments about someone who you've never met and you're just the new face. No one in that group is going to like you. You just made a terrible impression on yourself. But for the friend group to not say anything is an even bigger problem because they're not stepping up for you, OP. That's what I don't like, is when nobody makes... I don't know if they're all trying to be polite because this girl is new and they don't want to make the ex-boyfriend mad. I don't know. That just seems so weird that no one said anything. Okay, so it goes on saying, after leaving the con to have dinner, though another friend asked the new girl if she wouldn't like if she wouldn't like to try cosplay as well. I'm guessing they meant if she would have liked to try cosplay as well. Her answer was, why would I need more attention from guys? I already have a boyfriend. I'm not a slut. I snapped. Oh gosh, okay, that comment. Woo. I snapped and I told her to stop acting like a pick-me girl just because I got attention all day. She didn't say girl, by the way. She said something else, but I'm not saying it. Like a pick-me girl just because I got attention all day. She started to cry immediately. Oh, we're playing the victim here. Oh my gosh, this is where I would hate this person. Sorry, not hate. Hate is a strong word. We do not hate. Very, 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 very much dislike this girl. Okay, so she started to cry immediately. Oh, goodness. My ex steps in. Oh, of course he does, right? So my ex steps in, asking me to apologize. I tell him I'll only do it if she apologizes for the way she's been acting around me all day. More and more of our friends start to join the screaming match. Ooh, okay, so now they are starting to scream. And it gets so bad that we end up getting kicked out of the restaurant. Ooh, that's just, not how we want to go. Okay, take it all outside, y'all. It's been 5 days, and my ex is threatening to leave the friend group if I don't apologize. Oh my gosh. I honestly wouldn't care if he did. But some of our friends are asking me to do so to stop him from leaving. Should I cave? Am I the a-hole? I don't like this. So here, I don't like how this is going. Not on OP's end, more like the other side. So the girlfriend, first of all, is trying to act like the victim when she's been the rude swish swish bish this whole time. If you get that, comment below, let me know where that's from. So she's been that kind of girl all day, and then all of a sudden, by the time someone finally stands up to her, and of course it's OP herself, she starts, oh, don't say that to me. I'm sorry, I got my hand over my forehead like I'm a damsel in distress. Oh, but yeah. So honestly, that would just burst my bubble right there. So yeah, I don't blame OP for getting after, saying, hey, don't act like that to me. The boyfriend stepping in and asking her to apologize, and then saying, I will threatening to leave the friend group if ex-girlfriend doesn't apologize. Like, that's ridiculous. That's so petty. Like, I'm sorry. Now you're separating, you're splitting up the friend group. You're making them decide. And actually, no, you're not even making them decide. You're saying this one person who literally shouldn't apologize, she's not going to, and she shouldn't. But you're saying that if she doesn't apologize, so you're making her look like the bad guy either way, then he's going to leave. I mean, good riddance. Who wants to be around the girlfriend anyways? The girlfriend sounds like a nightmare anyways. And if he's around, she's around. That's the end of it. But the friends saying you're asking me asking some of them asking her to do it so that he won't leave. Come on. There should be a principle of hey, you didn't treat her right. So honestly, you guys should just cool it. And if you guys don't agree to that, agree to disagree, and let's just chill out and not have everyone together for a little bit. I don't know. Let's go to top comment on this. So top comment is, in quotations, they say, I'll apologize after your girlfriend apologized for implying that we, the people cosplaying, were sluts. Short, sweet, and to the point. Let's see his hypocrite butt respond to that. I'd also tell your friend group that is your stance. It's the most fair for everyone involved. Someone underneath that said there's nothing they can say. There's nothing they can say was wrong with your cosplay that wouldn't insult the entire group, assuming the men aren't sexist. But I will say, they're all at a cosplay. They're all at a Comic-Con. Sorry, I meant they're all at a Comic-Con. And I'm sorry, maybe some people cosplay harder than others, but if you all start dressing up, those cosplays, I've seen all the works for it. Some of them are because of the character already, some are super sexy. Some are more detailed to what they think can do. And some are extremely, like, I've seen cosplays where it is definitely not sexy. It is just definitely how the character is. But either way, people who want to cosplay are magnificent, that they are super creative and artistic in that way. I love it. And girl, you become healthier and you got a new bod. Like, yeah, you're more confident. Use that. Like, and I will say, I did look up this Viper cosplay costume. I'm sorry, it's not even the most, like, sensual it is definitely not a sensual. It's like a full-on leotard kind of, like, or like, you know, like just onesie it's spandex. There we go. Like, it's literally from top to bottom. So yes, I would say, does it show a lot of skin? No. Does it show a lot of curves? Yes. And if she's got the curves to show it, then hey, va-boom, ba-boom, she's got it, show it. But it's not anything like it's showing any revealing things. So yeah, I think it's not even the most sensual and out there. So seriously, I think she's fine. So for the girlfriend's just jealous. The girlfriend's just jealous, and she does not want her man to be in the same friend group as his ex-girlfriend. So she's jealous that she's even there. She's jealous that she's probably got a rockin' bod with this sexy, really tight-fitting formed cosplay outfit. And the only thing she's going to do is basically project and just start making snide comments and calling her names. Like, if no one's standing up for you, OP, I don't know if you should be in this friend group. I know that sucks, but no one's standing up for you. Now, I do know, like, there was a screaming match in the restaurant, but in the end, there are still people saying you should just apologize so we don't lose your ex-boyfriend, because he's more important right now to keep in the group than for us defending you. In that way, that's how I see it. No one's looking up to you like you should. You didn't do anything wrong. She started it, and now they're playing the victim and trying to have demanding rights. So I don't think that's right. Another comment goes down to say, let's see, right here. Are they really your friends if they stand there and let some stranger call you a slut? Reevaluate those friendships. Just as I was saying, someone underneath that said, yep, they need to be acquaintances. They've already shown they're going to keep the boyfriend and not you. I've experienced this. Yeah. Also, why aren't they arguing with him that his girlfriend needs to apologize that she caused the problem? She made it awkward and uncomfortable for them too. Yeah, seriously, where is their... As someone says, honestly, what was the logic there for them? That the ex and his girlfriend get to choose her wardrobe from now on? That's just so stupid. Yeah, honestly, this whole thing is their ex-girlfriend started it, and now they're playing victim and saying, well, I am not going to deal with this anymore. But I will say there is an update to this story. So let's just get right into the update. So the update to this starts as, wow, I didn't expect this post to blow up so much as it did. Thank you all for your support, understanding, and kind comments. First of all, I want to apologize if the redaction to the original post wasn't the best. English is not my first language, and I kind of wrote it in the heat of the moment. No, girl, you're all good. I totally understand. I would too. Second of all, my ex left the friend group. So he left the friend group and took his new girl with him. Good riddance. After a final attempt at making me apologize, he left the chat through a long paragraph of text and a block to every single person involved. Ugh, this girl's got a finger wrapped around, or he's got, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Not honestly saying anything right tonight. Okay. The two ex-friends who asked me to apologize. The two And now it says in parentheses, ex-friends who asked me to apologize to him followed suit. I'm not surprised. See, yeah, I would say the people, she said some of the friends, and I'd say, yeah, whoever, it's those some of the people that definitely that are more friends with him than her. I'm not surprised in the slightest, since they've been his friends longer than they have been mine. I will admit, I'm a bit heartbroken about it, but I'll get over it. Of course, my ex DM'd me to call me an immature swish swish bish one last time, then proceeded to block me as well. I'm honestly fine with that. Seriously, you've had no problems with her until this one time. That's ridiculous. Now for some clarifications on the original post. Yeah, I admit the screaming match was very immature and impolite of us. I don't want to make excuses, but after a whole day at the con, we were all tired, hungry, and very annoyed. Emotions were running high, and we behaved very immaturely. Thankfully, the particular place is used to dealing with con attendees and weren't too harsh on us. We did leave a big tip as an apology. Good for you. To everyone asking if I'll post the cosplay, I'm flattered, but while I believe I've become a bit more confident in my skills, I don't think I'm ready to blast it out to thousands of people on the internet just yet. Maybe I'll upload something to my main account at some point, but definitely not here. Just in case anyone wants to know what the screaming match scene looks like, only 5 people out of the 11 were wearing regular clothes. The others were all in cosplay. Viper, myself, Chamber, 2 Micas, I don't know, a Kaveh from Genshin, and a friend's OC. Don't know what any of those are, but that's so funny that the majority of these people, only 5 out of the 11 that were there were wearing regular clothes. Everyone else was cosplaying. So literally she called everyone else there that was cosplaying sluts. But because she was basically going towards the ex-girlfriend more, I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous that the ex-boyfriend took her side. I mean, I'm not surprised that he left, and good, he blocked everyone. So good riddance, but still. Again, thank you all, and sorry if you were expecting a more dramatic update. I'll reach out if anything more interesting happens, though I really doubt it. See you. Yeah, that was a little bit of a doozy for, I think, the friend group to... That was a bit much for the friend group to go through and everything. And obviously, it was between ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend, mumbo jumbo, drama, which shouldn't have been even drama in the beginning, but because there was a new girlfriend involved and she created problems, of course there was going to be issues between the ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend. So, OP, I don't think you did anything wrong. You maybe shouldn't have called her a name back, but you could have just said, stop being a jerk, you know? I know that's also a name. I'm just saying that's a little bit less harsher of a name. But I do understand with her saying things all day. You literally kept it quiet. You just ignored her. You try not to be around her much. You were trying to keep peace to the friend group. You literally were trying to keep peace. And at the end, you just kind of it just fell apart. I don't blame you on that part, because after holding it in for so long and having a long day, you're just so sick and tired of all this crap that's just coming at you for no reason. And that's because she's jealous of you. So everyone knows that. You know that. Everyone knows that. These rude comments and snide remarks are not necessary. So yeah, I totally don't blame you for blowing up. I do think, yeah, it was good that the friends that obviously asked you to apologize did leave suit with the ex-boyfriend. Good. The friend group doesn't need that, even though it's sad that obviously you thought they were your friends too. So honestly, it's, I think this is a good ending for OP and her friend group. Definitely just know who are your friends in your friend group, because those who don't speak up to defend you on something that was completely not, that was completely wrong against you, those people stepping up, those are your friends. Those are your true friends speaking out with a voice. Those that are too shy or don't want to break the peace, or they're people pleasers, yeah, things aren't going to go well with them, because they're just going to let things slide all the time. So, Okay, guys, that was my last story for the night. And what'd you guys think? That was a lot of views of different friends. And yeah, who are your friends? And are they really your friends? Like I just said, really know who your friends are in your friend group. Because it's those that defend you, those who step up for you, those who are trying literally not to make your life a living heck. You know, they're trying not to make it, they're not trying to make your life harder so it can make their life easier. That's not what a friend does. A friend does, you know, stepping out of their comfort zone to make sure that their friend is going to help, you know, that they're going to help them. And then the vice versa, what you should do for them. And that's really, I mean, I'm not saying that's a tit for tat thing. That's just saying you help them, but make sure you're also there for them. You know, I feel like for mine, because I'm at the stage where I am a mom, I have 3 kids. It's hard for me to go out with like my actual girlfriends I have. We try and do like maybe a dinner or like a dinner date or a girls date like once a month. That's actually the best we can do. It's really nice. My husband, who is my absolute best friend and I want to do everything with, is always like, you need to go out with the girls. You need that time away from us. You need that time to be with other people, because I am constantly with the kids and him. So it's just like, it makes sense. I need to definitely muster up a date night with my own husband, because it's been a while and I am really wanting to have an excuse to go out to dinner again. So it's been a while. I've been cooking a lot. I want to actually have someone serve me. But yes, I would say the last time we had a girls' night, I actually had a few shots. I haven't drank in a little bit. So when they're like, yeah, look at all these free shots, I had like a few. And I also did karaoke that night. And it was an absolute blast. Oh my gosh. I haven't done karaoke in forever. And because I couldn't stop like singing along to everyone else, it's like, I have to do it. I have to do it or else I'm going to regret it, because it's something I love to do. I'm that person who loves to go out and have a good time. You know, I'm that giggly, really outgoing person, and it's been a while since I've been able to do that. So it was really nice to actually just get out there and let it go and do it. So I'm letting you guys know, go out and have fun with your friends who truly are okay around you. You don't have to dim yourself around your friends. They are your true friends and will love you the way you are. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you guys have any comments or any like suggestions, you guys know how to comment or how to reach out. There's a link at the bottom of every episode that you can reach out through my platform to speak with me, or you can go to the Reddit Randos at gmail.com. And I'll say that again smoothly, the Reddit Randos at gmail.com, to ask me any questions again. So, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.